Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and I was always told I had a voice for radio. So today, we're going to be looking at a new Bronzong card. You see, very recently, we had a little bit of a look at Bronzong. We said that it can evolve on your first turn going second, just like Shinx can. And we said that this was really useful. And I told you this was primarily useful for the old Bronzong from Phantom Forces, which had the really nice ability, which is the same as Malamar's ability. I told you I was somewhat impressed. But you see, there is a new Bronzong. This new Bronzong's alright. And if I don't tell you all about Bronzong, I feel like I'm not doing my job properly as a Pokemon TCG news analysis channel. That doesn't sound like me, ladies and gentlemen. That doesn't sound like me. So let me fix it, shall we? So, Bronzong here, and I should mention before we start, it has been revealed on the official Japanese website and translated by the lovely David Hochmann. Who else? I mean, we've actually been using Squeak's DWE a little bit lately, but David did this one, ladies and gentlemen. We love David. Chant it along with me. 130 HP is great. There's plenty of Pokemon out there, like Zoroark GX, like Baby Boswell. Hey, Nick. If you've got 4 prizes remaining that hit for 120, not 130, won't be getting a KO on you. That's really nice. Yay! The weakness to fire is fine. There's just not much good fire stuff around at the moment. And yeah, sure, by the time Lost Thunder hits, we're expecting Blacephalon GX to be good. At least it's seen some success in Japan. We're expecting Macargo GX to be good. That has seen some success in Japan. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Those are big, giant, grr, look how much damage I can hit kind of Pokemon. They're going to KO you anyway. The weakness is irrelevant. Resistance to Psychic, however, is not irrelevant. You've got Garbodor running around. Garboda's not going to do much damage to you. In your face, Garbodor. And the retreat cost of freeze sucks, but there's not much you can do about it. Now, there is an attack, we'll get to that in a little bit, but by far the most exciting thing about this particular Pokemon is the ability. The ability here, ladies and gentlemen, is wonderful. It says, according to David, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's fire Pokemon. It is immune to fire Pokemon. That is awesome. So you know that whole weakness thing we said about a minute ago? Might want to just ignore that entire part of the video. We don't care about no weakness, ladies and gentlemen. Weakness is... we could say it's not important to us. We could say we laugh in the face of weakness. Either way, we remain unconcerned. You've got immunity. And what's really, really good here is that this is a Pokemon that has an ability that is an evolved non-GX Pokemon. And with Garbodor having rotated out, there is one option to turn off abilities of evolved non-GX Pokemon: Slacking. Except Slacking only does it when it's in the active. And Slacking isn't a fire Pokemon. So, I mean, technically, if you're up against a Slacking and there's a Slacking in the active, you no longer have immunity from fire Pokemon. You can be attacked by fire Pokemon. But Slacking's not a fire Pokemon. We've seen Pokemon like this in the past trying to get kind of immunity, and we often see people just like Garbodor, boom, in your face. That's not an option here. And if you come against the right deck with one of these Bronzong, you just win. So if we go back to these Blacephalon and Macargo deck, we did have a 1,300 person tournament in Japan. So we do have some deck lists that we can look at of these particular decks, these Blacephalon and Macargo decks, to see if we should be particularly worried. So the second place deck, which was played by Masaki Miyamoto, if we look at the deck list here, we see 4 Blacephalon, 2 Tapu Lele, 4 Poipole, 3 Naganadel. Okay. So that means that Blacephalon can't attack, so they can use Naganadel. And the thing about Naganadel is that Naganadel uses colorless energy, and Naganadel's ability says that once during your turn you can grab a basic energy from the discard pile and attach it to Naganadel. So if you've got a Bronzong there, your opponent can go, right, that's fine, I will attack with Naganadel. Here's the issue. Unless the Naganadel player has exactly 3 prize cards remaining, you're doing 60 damage. You're doing 80 damage, but then resistance kicks in, you're doing 60. Well, when you look at the resistance to Psychic and you look at the 130 HP, Naganadel is 3-hit KOing you here. And you can already see that you're doing 70 damage with Bronzong here. I've not told you much about the attack, but you can see you're doing 70 damage. Okay, so maybe they come along with Tapu Lele, except you're 2-hit KOing Tapu Lele for 2 prizes, as long as you've got a choice band for one of those attacks. And let's face it, you can always just use something like Shrine of Punishment to make it even easier. And if they've got 2 energy on, you've got 3, they're doing 100, so they're 2-hit KOing you for 1 prize. My point is, you bring this out against a Blacephalon Naganadel deck, your opponent basically isn't going to win. They basically just lose. You get a couple of these set up, and they lose. Okay, well, how about a Makago deck? Now, the highest finishing Makago deck at the Champions League in Tokyo was 15th place, played by Shiorigino. And, well, they've got Makago, but, well, that's a GX, and it's a fire one at that. And then they've got Makago, and okay, that's a non-GX, but actually we're looking at fire Pokemon. It's a fire Pokemon. Whoopsie daisy, they can't attack with that. They've got a Victini Prism Star, but Victini Prism Star is a fire Pokemon, so they can't attack with that. They've got Ditto Prism Star, but Ditto Prism Star doesn't have an attack, so they can't attack with that. And then we're down to either Tapu Lele or a Rangaroo. And a Rangaroo's attack for 3 energy, 60 damage plus 20 more for each energy on you. That's 120 if you've got 3 energy, so they're still not getting a KO. And okay, you're trading 2-hit KOs, but yeah. Actually here, this ability might shut down 2 of the best decks in the format. Makago decks do not fare well against this. Blacephalon decks do not fare well against this. And they are 2 of the best decks in the format. Blacephalon came second at the Champions League in Tokyo and got multiple other top cuts. Oh, it also won in seniors and in juniors. Makago won a tournament we looked at previously and it got top 16 here. These are good decks that get completely shut down. The reality is, right, if you're playing against a deck that has a couple of fire Pokemon in, this isn't going to do much. Similarly, if you put a 1-1 line of this in, you're probably not going to do very much. But if you've got a 2-2 line in something like a Solgaleo Prism Star deck, i.e. your accelerating energy, or a Magnezone deck, you're probably going to end up rolling any fire deck like this. If they're not playing a good counter, they can't turn the ability off, and if you've got a 2-2 Bronzong line with a little bit of energy acceleration, your opponent can't do anything. Okay, they can take out the Magnezone, but then what? Then you just sit there and win the game. This is something which is really, really interesting as a counter. Now, the other argument is that your opponent, if they recognize you're playing this, can use a Guzma to take out Bronzor straight away. Oh no, wait! We looked at Bronzor a minute ago, and it can evolve on your first turn going second. Only that one turn. It's got the same ability as Shinx. But if you evolve it up, they can't even do that. If you get all of these evolved up on your first turn going second, and if you go first, the chances are your opponent is just not going to be able to take them out, then you're fine. You're absolutely golden. This is a great, great counter. Although you really do need to kind of invest in this. It's not just a whack a 1-1 line in some deck. It's not the cheapest attack ever. You've got to actually work for it. Now, if we look at the attack, 1 metal energy, 2 colorless energy, 70 damage, the defending Pokemon is now confused. Now, you know we were talking about 2-hit KO contests with stuff like a Rangaroo and Tapu Lele? Yeah, they're also going to be confused. So they've got to keep flipping heads in order to attack. I really think this is good. This attack is not great, right? This attack in and of itself is not great. Yeah, you can use double colorless energy and that's all well and fine, but that's about it. But what is really good here is the fact that if you commit to this, if you play a 2-2 line in a proper metal deck, then instead of going, oh, well, I just lose to Blacephalon decks, they wreck me, you actually wreck them. You take one of your worst matchups, Fire decks, and turn it into basically an auto win by putting 4 cards into your deck. 2 bronze or 2 Bronzong. Then you build in the fact that you can evolve straight away as long as you go second. This is a legitimately good tech. You can't just chuck it in. There's got to be a little bit of commitment to it. But if you do, you can play a metal deck and have guaranteed wins against fire decks. Tell me that isn't awesome. I'm giving this 4 Wassies, and maybe that's a little bit over the top, and I don't really care. But if you do care, and I'd like to think that you care, otherwise, this is a bit less fun, head on over to the comment section. Tell me what you think about this card. Go nuts, but do please remember the rule. Be nice. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassie, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all of that, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.